All right, guys, welcome back to the Garage 11 channel. We've been pretty quiet recently. We've had a lot going on. It's been absolute chaos here. We have got lots of bikes coming in. We've got lots of cool projects on the go. It's 2025. We're back at work. We are going to start bringing you more content as much as we can. Obviously, it is just me at the moment, so you've got to remember I'm doing all the marketing. It's not your problem anyway. So we're going to start trying to bring you a weekly behind the scenes, just little snippets of what we get up to throughout the day, like a video log each week, to show you what we have been up to, what we're running behind on. It'll be a good way for our customers to see what we're doing as well, you guys to see what we're doing, and anyone who is interested. We are running a few ads at the moment. We've got some cool vintage t-shirts that we're sort of pushing through. We've got some exciting projects coming up, some personal projects, some passion projects, some cool stuff. So it's going to be good. Like we've got, what do we got? We've got 3 bikes that we want to deliver before March or for the first quarter of this year. So we're going to do a little bit more planning. Got a notebook. We're going to go out. We're going to go and have a look. We're going to see what we've got left. We've got the 83 KX125 we've got to do. We've got the 01 Boydie bike, which we have to finish because that is now sold to one of our supporters, our fans, our customers. We obviously need to get that finished. We need to get Boydie on it. We need to film it. We need to get excited about what we're doing with it. You know, the Australian Supercross, all that sort of history, which is going to be super cool. We have a 92 RM250 that we need to get ready for the Cannondale Classic, which is going to be pushing it because the customer wants suspension coatings, which is super cool. But no one's really doing the rainbow 4 coatings at the moment. So let's go have a look at what we're doing out in the workshop. I'm going to take our notebook. We're going to write some notes, going to get some stuff organized, and we're going to get stuck into probably the 83 today, I reckon. Let's head over. Okay, let's head out. Let's go and see what we can see in the workshop. Alrighty. So, we've got to get, where are we? Got to get this beast done for the 19th of February. So we've got to, so as you can see, most of it's together. We've still obviously got to get a lot of the carby stuff sorted. We've got to get chain, like sprockets on it, chain guides, rollers, a few little bits and pieces, bolts, nuts, bolts, the exhaust and everything's done. We're going to try and get radiator hoses in it today. Pinch bolts we've got to sort out. We've got to sort out, just double check everything, make sure it's all good. It's not easy to put together. We are just waiting for some zinc plating to come back from the plating place. Pegs have to be fitted up. So we're close, but we're not there yet. So we've got to fit off like a lot of the tank stuff, all the mounting points and whatever. So we're going to get into it. We're going to start making some notes of what we need to get done so we can plan on what we're doing. Okay, so we've got our list of what we need to do for the most of this bike. We've got to get it close. We've got to get it ready for a birthday at the 19th of Feb. However, the bike can come back to us just so we can tidy it up, finish it up, get it running properly, all that sort of stuff. So we're getting pretty close. There is a fairly big list, but it's a lot of 1% things, a lot of smaller stuff. So hopefully we can tidy it across. The next one we have to get ready is going to be the Boydie bike. So we've got to go through and we've got a lot to do on this. We're lucky a lot of the swing arm stuff's done. We're still waiting on shock parts. They're like 16 weeks away or worse, so hopefully they're pretty close. We've still got to pull the forks apart. Sutton tools have got to coat the bottoms. These forks gold. We've got to rebuild all the controls here. We've got to rebuild the engine, which will be next. There's a lot to do, but there isn't a lot to do. Once the engine's in and we've got radiators and stuff on it, we should be pretty close. So I think the next thing we're going to do on that one is definitely going to get the engine sorted, because once we've got the engine sorted, we'll be sweet. That'll be a big bucket list item ticked off. It's going to be a stock engine. We can't get the guys involved who were involved back in the day. We just can't get them on a phone, so that's fine. So we're going to get that one together. So they're probably our two. Now the one that has to get ready for the Cannondale Classic, that's going to be interesting. That's where it is at the moment. We've got a lot to do. All right, we've pulled a lot of stuff apart. Mind you, we do have stuff vapor blasting, zinc plated. We've got a lot of stuff back, but now we have to get into assembly. We've got to strip the engine still. We've got a lot of stuff with that we have to do, but that's okay. We'll get through it. We've got a few engine bits and pieces that we do have to do, so we'll get stuck into that. So I'm going to get into ordering some bits now for this Cowie, so we can get that on track and get that hopefully close to being done. So let's get some bits ordered and we will come back and hopefully get stuck into getting some radiator hoses onto that today. Yeah, got a heap to do, so let's do that. All right, so we've got the KX underway. We've got parts ordered for that. So now we're going to jump on to the CR500, the 2022 CR500. We got this one here for Oz Moto Group. So it's one of another giveaway that's going to be coming up for them. They're doing amazing stuff at the moment with giveaways, making it really easy, low odds, all that sort of stuff. So we have got the engine in. We've got all the frame mocked up, welded up, all that sort of stuff. Carby's on now. We've got the clutch connected. We're still going to do some radiator modifications. We are waiting for a radiator hose to come through, a flexible silicone hose to come through to go around the back of the barrel. We'll probably do a couple of things differently the next time we do one of these older ones. We've got a 25 CRF 500 or CR500 AF coming up as well. As you can see, we got this one here, which is going to be super cool. We are working pretty hard to try and get a lot of these up and coming, happening. So this one, we're just waiting on the engine to arrive for this one, which will be cool. Let's get that in focus. There we go. So just learning all about this new DJI camera. Super cool little thing. But yeah, we've got this one happening at the moment, which, like I said, that's going to be a pretty spicy thing. All of our builds come with a certificate of authenticity, as you can see. So you get a brochure, all that sort of stuff. So we treat them like we're building brand new bikes, which essentially we are. It's a brand new frame, brand new everything else. The engine's been restored, which is always the thing. A lot of people don't. There's a few guys doing these now, and there's a lot of guys who are doing these who don't rebuild engines that say they do, which is a big trap for a lot of people who are buying them. So ours are more expensive. We're the most expensive on the market in Australia for the CR500 AFs. And we're proud of that because we're giving you everything restored, cylinders in spec, OEM sizes, nothing on their last oversize, gearbox bearings, all that sort of stuff. And you can't do that for the price that others are charging. So we're just pushing hard, trying to get these things happening. We're actually going to be developing our prototype. Well, we're going to be doing it actually this year. We've got all the dies and stuff ready to go. Our carbon mufflers. So the G11C6 mufflers are going to be coming in a lot more readily now, along with our other carbon fiber range. So check that out on our website. So it's going to be really good. and we're going to be doing them for the AFs, so the later model frames. So it should just be a bolt-on thing, no brackets, aftermarket bits and pieces or whatever else. We're also going to be doing them for the older steel frame CR500s. We've got one on my bike, which we're testing at the moment. Cam Taylor rode it, blew the back of it out, which was perfect because it failed. So now we knew where it failed, we can fix it from there. So we are, as you can see, we're in the process of finishing up this one now. This is a cool thing. Retro Lust graphics. We're actually doing the seat on this one as well. So Vision Concepts are going to be doing the seat for us, and SP Moto seats are going to be stitching it up, and we'll fit it off, which is going to be cool. So this one, second-hand frame. We did buy a inverted commas refurbished engine. Once we pulled it apart and actually refurbished it, it was refurbished, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's some cool things going on here. Like I said, it's a lot happening, and there has been for a while. So we're finally catching up on a few things, but I think pretty much this year is going to be, for work-wise, almost booked out, and it's only the 2nd of Jan. So yeah, it's a lot to do. All right, guys, welcome back. We are day 2 of being back in the workshop. It's pretty cool. We're still waiting on parts for the 83 KX. So, excuse the mess, we're going to head into the engine room, and we're going to put together CR500 engine. We've had it on the bench for ages. We had massive case repairs we had to do. Rob from Garfield Engineering, he was able to help us out with that massively. So we actually had to weld a whole nother side into this, and then recut all the faces for the mating surfaces. So we're actually going to go through now. We're going to check out how they're going to go together. We're going to prep the cases. We're going to measure up the cylinder. We've had it already machined by someone else, but we have moved on to a different machinist, as you know, Garfield Engineering. So we're just going to quickly measure this up with our bore mic, and then we're going to start getting bearings ready and everything like that. So we'll head into that, try and get this done, and then that will be able to get rid of this thing. So that's for this bike here. So I've already done the forks on it. Frame, new rails, swing arms been restored, NV hubs, original tank, shocks already been done, linkages have been done. So it's all been together. It's just going to be a matter of getting it, like I said, the engine done now. Then once that's done, we'll get it in, and then I think the custom wants to take over from there, which is super cool because that sort of gets them involved, gets them able to sort of, it's a lot of the simplest stuff, ordering chains, sprockets, all that sort of stuff. So we'll take care of this, these bits and pieces, and then we'll get it in the frame, bolt it up, and then he can take it and he can finish it on from there. So let's spend some time on this engine. So we're going to go through, we're going to clean up all this stuff, make sure these cases are in good shape. We've just checked the cylinder looked like it had been had a bit of porting work done to it previously. So we've just checked the interference, the transfers. What am I trying to say? The transfer ports and how they line up. They line up really nicely. So someone's definitely cleaned that up already, which is nice. So what we'll do, because these have all been hydroblasted, we've got to go through and clean out all the threads and all that sort of stuff. But we're just going to mic up this cylinder first and see what we can see. See what it's going to look like, make sure it's all good. I have a digital bore mic because my generation doesn't allow me to read manual stuff properly. That's fine, you get that. There's probably better people, way better people out there than me that can, which is nice. We're actually punching on with Facebook at the moment, so I'm expecting a phone call from them, which is going to be great. Where are we? 95. Love punching on with Facebook. It's my favorite pastime. That's all right. I'm sure they'll do the right thing by us. Okay, set this up. We're just, like, I know it's where it needs to be. It's just need to check that it is 100% square. And then we'll obviously put the piston in, we'll check the ring end gaps, make sure they're good, and then we should be good to go. Like I said, the person who was doing this before us, or the machining for us, didn't not know what he was doing, but we've just had a few issues where we just weren't overly happy with the outcome, if that makes sense. So we're going to just quickly check that this is all good. .01 difference. It's not the end of the world. But it is nice and square, which is good. Okay, so we should be fine there. Like I said, excuse the mess. We're really smashing it out here at the moment. It's been absolute chaos here. We've got bikes everywhere, things to do, people waiting. Kyle, if you're watching, I'm getting a KXF engine done. We're literally waiting on a couple more parts. I know you've been busting my balls, but that's okay. I'm resilient. I can take it. All right, so now we're going to get into cleaning up these threads. It's starting to get some bearings in this thing. Alrighty, as you can see, we have the gearbox in. It's all looking good, nice bearings, new crank, well, rebuilt crank. Case is good to go. What we've got to do though is we've got to be careful because with this one here, it's actually going, because we've repaired the case, we have to, as we put stuff together, we have to be really careful, right? We have to check that it's all going to go together nicely. It's not going to be too proud. It's not going to be under too much stress. So we've really got to just be focused and concise when we do this. Shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, we're just going to do it properly. That's all. So yeah, like I said, we've got all the gearbox here. So now we're going to, what are we going to do? We're going to get the shifter drum and the forks and all that stuff, put all that in, run it through the gears quickly, as much as we sort of can while it's not, while it's all apart, and just double check that everything's moving freely, because if it's not moving freely, there's no point putting any of this together. So we always check the gearboxes. Okay, where are we? Forks, select the forks, okay. Let's have a look. C5L. All right, guys, that's it for the first 2 days back in the workshop. We've only been in here Thursday, Friday, because obviously we're coming back in off Christmas, New Year's holidays. It's been good. We're just getting into, I guess, what we need to get done for the year and what planning and everything is that we're doing and whatever else. As you can see, we've been putting the CR500 engine together for that bike over there. We've got the 83KX 125, which is not the 19th of February, but the 19th of January. So that was my mistake, but we do have enough bits, I think, to get through that thing. So we should be able to start playing around with getting this right. And then obviously we've got these two CR500 AFs that we're going to be working on. This one's pretty close to being out the door. Just got to get, like I said yesterday, the seats and stuff done. Got to get this XR80 out of here. A lot to do left on that. We're well behind on that. Customer's been really good. Same with this thing. We've got to get this KX500 out. And I really want to get this finished too. The 91 CR250. Actually, I want to get them all finished, but it's just a matter of planning, getting together parts availability, all that sort of stuff. We've also got Jed Beaton's YZ250 that we've got to finish up early this year as well, which is starting to come along, as you can see. It's a good looking bike. It's going to be amazing. We've done the engine and everything, all that sort of stuff's done. You've probably seen a few photos of it and whatever else that we've put up. Got to get the other KX80 started as well. So I think that'll be a next week issue. We'll probably get into tearing that in, get everything off the zinc plate, and start making a game plan for that as well. He's not in a rush for it. He has paid a deposit, so we do want to get hooking in on it and get that done. We don't like them hanging around too much, although they do inevitably hang around for a little bit longer than we would like. But that's just the nature of the beast and the nature of what we do. So it's been good. So yeah, keep it up, guys. Any questions, comments, don't forget to subscribe, all that stuff. Like I said, we've been working really hard. We're going to start bringing more content, more stuff more often. It's probably be a little bit more rough and ready, but that's what we've got available for. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Should be good. All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.